The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I asked y'all to drop me questions, and y'all did. So let's go. Let's go. First question from Ronnie Bravo says, do you think there's a chance we get our first ever 3,500 passer this season? It's hard to fathom we've never had one. I think there's a good chance, honestly, with Blake and Donovan coming back from injury and JJ having the arm talent, and this is second year as a full-time starter, actually going through spring. And with that going on, you don't want to, you learn, hopefully Harbaugh learned his lesson. Like, you don't want to give Blake and Donovan a ton of carries against these cupcakes. You just don't. So hopefully he'll take that, and like I said in those other videos, he'll take that time to get the passing game going and let JJ and these receivers get their mojo. So, because against these cupcakes, that's when you can get a lot of those fluff yards. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Those first 3-4 games, it's pretty easy. So we'll see, because we know when we get into the Big Ten schedule, we're most likely going to go back to Harbaugh ball. We'll see if it's more balanced this year, but it's probably going to be the same old Harbaugh ball for the most part, running that rock. So for JJ to get those numbers, if he's only throwing for 150 yards against cupcakes in the beginning of the season, he ain't going to get 3,500, because there will be some games where we can't run it and he'll have to throw for 300 or 350, whatever. But he's going to need to throw for at least 250, 300 against those cupcakes. I'd be letting him sling it. So to answer your question, I don't know. He might get it. I think it'll be close. I'm not going to say he is. I think it'll be close. The big brother, appreciate the comment. He said, last year Illinois played us super tough. It was our hardest challenge of the regular season because they were so physical and play a very similar style. Who on the schedule do you see giving us that type of game this year besides Ohio? And Anthony Johnson said Penn State, and I agree. It's Penn State. Penn State plays a similar style to us. They're kind of trying to build their team the way Harbaugh does now. They got 2 stud backs. I'm not sure about their offensive line, but they got a pretty good pocket passer quarterback, and they play pretty good defense. So Penn State will be that team. It's just, do they have enough talent to match us? Last year they didn't, and then it showed up. But we'll see. This is another year. But with the schedule this year, it's definitely Penn State, since we don't even play Illinois this year. The big brother preached another comment, says, do you think Iowa's the favorite to win the West after getting Cade and Eric all through the portal? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Because, and this is, if Iowa's defense is somewhere close to what it was last year, all they need is a heartbeat on offense to win a lot of games, or a nice amount of games. They just need a heartbeat on offense. And if Cade can consistently move that ball so their defense can rest and they're actually getting field goals and getting points, then Iowa might have a little something. You know what I'm saying? And they could be the team to beat in the West. Honestly, that's if their defense is still looking good. I know they lost the linebacker. Was it Jack Campbell? They lost him. He was a stud. But, if that defense is still pretty good, which most of the time, year in and year out, it is, they'll probably be in the team to beat, or they'll be fighting for the top spot in the West. They're going to be around, I believe. Michigan Go Blue 1234 says, how do you think DJ Turner is going to fare in the NFL? Also, you think Ronnie Bell will ever make a team for the regular season? I think DJ Turner will be pretty good. All DJ Turner has to really work on is his technique. When you've got the physical tools, the speed and all that stuff like he has, now it's about fine-tuning your technique, not just trusting your speed. Like, oh, I don't have to worry about getting my hand on this receiver, things like that. It's, I'm going to get my hand on this receiver, disrupt his timing, and also now matching my technique with my speed and my physical gifts. Now I'm something serious. So if he can fine tune his technique with his speed and his agility, you got a stud. You got a stud. So I think he will fine tune that technique, and I think he'll be a good player. Pro Bowler, I wouldn't say that, but I think he'll be a very good player if he fine tunes that. You know what I'm saying? Work on your game. I think last year he was feeling himself a little bit, thinking he was just the fastest dude out there because he can fly, and he would forget about technique. In football, you can never forget about your technique, like especially as a corner, because if somebody beats you when the ball is hiked and they hit you with a 1-2 and you didn't get your hand on them, that one step, you're beat. If the quarterback puts it in the perfect spot, you're beat. You can't make up for a perfect throw and him having a step on you. Dropped it right in. Yeah, you still recovered and had good coverage, but I had a step on you because I won at the line. You didn't get your hands on me. So that's it with DJ Turner. But I think he'll be a good player. He'll be a good player. If he fine-tunes that technique, he might have the potential to be great. Honestly, he's got the potential is there. Also, you think Ronnie Bell will ever make a team for the regular season? I think Ronnie can, because he's got heart. And what I mean about heart is he'll go out there and probably do whatever you ask him to do. So, okay, I can play receiver. If you want me to be a gunner on special teams, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? If you just play hard and play like you want it, you can make a team if you got certain abilities. Ronnie Bell's a talented dude. So, and he plays with heart and passion. So whether that's kick return, whether that's punt return, whether that's kickoff, all these types of things. If that's fourth or fifth receiver, if he does all those things, he can make a squad. Just be willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just somebody like that. It's just about passion, and I'll do whatever to make the team, and I think he'll do that. So I think he will make a team somewhere. Another question from the big brother. He says, how do you think Joe Milton will do at Tennessee this year? It is assumed he will be the starter. He most likely will be the starter. I think Joe Milton will do pretty well, and Heupel that's the QB guru. They were saying it's Harbaugh. No, it's Heupel at Tennessee. That's the QB, the quarterback whisperer, because he's doing something special with his offense and helping these quarterbacks. The only problem I see that Joe might have is leading consistent drives that aren't just big plays. When a team forces you to drive the field slowly, dinking and dunking, you gotta dink and dunk and be patient and go through your reads, and you're not just Hyatt is wide. Hyatt beat the corner 70 yards. You know what I'm saying? That's easy, but sitting back there reading the defense, knowing the pass rush is coming, I gotta step up. Knowing it's coming this way, I gotta roll out and just making play after play after play and doing consistent drives. That's what I want to see. Can he do consistently? If he does that consistently, Joe Milton gonna be something serious next year or this year. But that's what I want to see out of him. Because he's got all the talent in the world. If he puts that together where he can dink and dunk like a Cade used to and stuff like that, he gonna be serious because he's already throwing it 60 and 70 yards on a dime right now. So we'll have to wait and see on Joe, but he gonna put up some numbers though in that offense for sure. LaRon Peoples, appreciate the comment. He said, what do you think about Nikhai Hill-Green parting comments and possible reasoning? And do you think we'll get ink from all our current pledges up to this point? Nikhai Hill-Green, I saw those little cryptic tweets acting like guys weren't wanting to work. I don't know what to say about that. And I'm not sure if that's maybe because he's trying to get back. So he's putting in the extra work. And some dudes just want to just work harder than others. Everybody don't work as hard as the next man. That's just something that goes on a team. And some dudes don't have to work as hard as the next man. A dude like, let's just say Charles Woodson. He didn't have to work. He don't have to work as hard as you because he's just more talented. He's got way more talent than you. But you can see, just like when he went to the NFL, I'm not going to say college. I don't know how much hard he was working. But he said when he got to Oakland, he wasn't really focused on the game like he should have. He was partying, doing this and that. And he didn't focus on getting better and this is what I want to do, be great, and I'm focused on the game until he got to Green Bay. Then when he did that, Charles Woodson is back, winning defensive MVPs, winning Super Bowls. The defense is is killing it, and he's everywhere, getting picks, getting sacks, getting fumble recovers for touchdowns. That's when talent starts to work hard. That's what happens. So you never know what's going on with all these players. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes will be putting in extra work. Some dudes, they not putting in that work because right now they don't have to. So he could be saying about something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell from tweets because they're so cryptic. Like, I'm putting in work and somebody else ain't putting in. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell what they talking about, but that's what I can get out of it. Like, some dudes don't have to work as hard as you. It can catch up to them, and it can lead them to not be as good as they could be, but they can just be naturally better than you. You can do all the drills and do all the film work, and I can roll out of bed and I'm better than you. It's just how sports go. Some dudes are just naturally gifted. They said Allen Iverson was like that. He didn't have to work in the off season. They say he a party all off season. Wouldn't even be going to the gym barely. Then when game one comes out, he's out there looking like he been working on his game the whole time. Just naturally gifted. So that's what I get from it, because I don't know exactly what he's trying to say. Is like Houseman could just be more talented than you because he's faster than you. He's just a better athlete. So you could be mad that Houseman isn't working as hard, but he's out there doing his thing when in practice. And you, how's he doing this? I'm putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. That's just what I think about it. But we'll find out. We're going to find out if they not working as hard as they should be as a team. Do I think the recruits will and current pledges will sign? I think we're going to lose some of them. We know we're going to lose some of them, but I think most of them will sign because, like I was saying, Michigan is building something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's offensive line, whether it's defensive players, you know what I'm saying? The only position that I would say is a head scratcher if you're a recruit is wide receiver, because they're not putting up numbers like that. But as far as offensive line, running back, cornerback, safety at this point, and linebacker, all these dudes are going pro and, doing their thing. D-end, D-tackle, all of them, they're going pro. So why wouldn't you want to come here? We're going to help you get to the NFL. We got teams, certain teams that are going to draft Michigan players, whether it's Cincinnati, whether it's Dallas, whether it's New England. So, so I think a lot of these players are starting to build a brotherhood, and you got dudes like the same way JJ was recruiting. You got Jaden Davis recruiting, and these dudes are coming together like, let's all go to Michigan. And then, you got something. You got a bunch of high caliber players there for a certain mission. Let's win a championship. Let's do this. Let's all go to Michigan. Let's get that ring. So I think most of these players will sign because I think they see what's building and they want to get that ring. Because it's going to mean you get a ring at Michigan, you get that ring that ain't been got in a long time, it's going to mean a whole lot. And then that's part of changing the culture all the way. We close to it being over the edge. We want to get it over the edge. We close to getting the ring. Let's go and get it. All right, Monkey Man says, what's your favorite roster year of Michigan football before the Harbaugh era? Personally, I love 2011 season with Denard, Hemingway, Toussaint. And let me read the other ones. King William said 2016 team for show. Michigan was built for every style of play. 2016 is a good year, but I'm a little bit older or a little bit old. 2006. That 2006 team was loaded. It was loaded with NFL players, whether it was Jake Long, Chad Henne, Mike Hart, Super Bowl champ Mario Manningham. I think he won the Super Bowl MVP too that year. Mario Manningham, Adrian Arrington, Steve Breston, special team specialist, slot specialist, Lamar Woodley, Alan Branch, David Harris. These are all NFL players, Pro Bowlers, some of them. This team was loaded with talent. I'm talking about top caliber. I'm a future NFL Pro Bowler type talent, or I'm a NFL vet for 15 years type talent. You know what I'm saying? So that year we were just so close. Sean Crable made that mistake and hit Troy Smith on the sideline, and Michigan couldn't stop Ohio State. But neither team could really stop each other. But we needed to get the ball back, and we couldn't get it back because of that penalty. That was third down. We were about to get the ball back. We stopped them, hit them on the sideline. But the team was full of talent, and we ended up going to the Rose Bowl and losing to USC, which, because we still felt like we should have been in that game. It should have been a rematch, Ohio State or I believe it was we wanted the rematch, Ohio State, Michigan, and they put Florida in, and Florida trounced Ohio State. But that team was loaded. You know what I'm saying? Going to the Rose Bowl that year, it was a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? It was just a disappointment. So we lost that game against USC, but that team was loaded with just NFL talent. You know what I'm saying? They just had everything pretty much. So that's my team. Still hurts me we lost that game to Ohio State. That's one of the greatest Michigan games ever, and I hate we lost it because the team was just so loaded. Like, it's just I just got depressed talking about it, honestly. So that's my roster, that one. Malachi, any breakout players that ain't done much so far in your opinion? Breakout players. I don't really have a breakout player, honestly. Maybe McBurrows, because I think McBurrows is gonna start at that other corner. I think he might break out because he been around for so long. You about time for you to break out, brother. Zeke Berry. I think Zeke Berry's going to give us something we need in physicality. Physicality and closing speed, like around the line. I think he's going to surprise some teams when he's out there on how physical and how fast he is. He closes on guys. So I think Zeke Berry's going to surprise some people now that R.J. Moten's gone. Yeah. On offense, I'm not sure who. I don't have a Benjamin Hall, I guess I could say, being at third back. But at this point, I guess it wouldn't be a surprise after the spring game. But, yeah, I got Zeke Berry and Benjamin Hall for maybe breakout. JSJ says, my only question is who is back-to-back King of the North? You know who it is. You know who it is. Rock Davis says, yo, Johnny, all I need to say is go blue for sure. Appreciate it, bro. The Big Brother says, do you see Peyton Thorne is entering the transfer portal? Predict MSU's win total for this season. They also already lost Keon Coleman, Charles Brantley as well, plus Jaden Reed to the draft. They are in shambles right now. Yeah, Michigan State is in shambles a little bit. I mean, they got the young dude, I forget his name, Noah something like that. But, you losing Coleman, you lost Jaden Reed, you lose Peyton Thorne's been around for a while. He might have got beat out, but losing those two receivers, that hurts. I don't care. You don't have anybody like that with proven production. We're not talking about, he's going to do this and all this. Let's see it. Then we can predict. I mean, you got dudes that break out, but come on. So I'm looking for Michigan State. I think they're going to be about 5-4 or something like that. 5-4, 6-6, something like that. Like, that's just what I think. Now they play some tough defense, kinda sometimes, but that pass defense has been horrible. And then sometimes the whole defense plays horrible, so it's hard to say. I'm gonna give them a little more credit. I say 7-4. I say they lose 4 games. I guess that's being generous to me. That's being a little generous. 7-5. That sounds a little better. On paper, we should be the best team in college football this upcoming season, but a lot of top analysts don't see it that way. I wonder why. I mean, most analysts I see are saying we're top 3, if not probably the number 2 team. It's just Georgia. You have to respect what Kirby Smart is doing. Like he's got 5 stars on the bench, and these dudes are ready to come in and play lights out. So you can't go against Georgia right now because he's got these dudes locked and loaded, ready for their turn, and they coming up. Next man up, my turn to shine, and I'll be going to the league after next year or something. So let's get another ring. Georgia is looking like they really got something right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason we aren't going to be number 1 is because Georgia is just looking serious right now. And just like I was telling on the other video talking about Bama, he was talking about Bama runs the SEC. OSU fan was saying Bama runs the SEC. If you don't think so, you don't believe that, you're crazy. I believe what I see. I see Georgia winning back-to-back championships. Bama's got to prove that they can beat Georgia now. Georgia is rolling. You don't win back-to-back championships easily. That doesn't happen often. So Georgia's the team to beat right now. It's not Bama. It's not Bama. You got a Nick Saban protege that looks like he's figured it out. Georgia has always been getting great talent since Mark Richt was there. But now they got somebody that's looking like he knows what he's doing. When they go into big games, he's very well prepared. Now, but now you go from being well prepared to a championship pedigree. So you got players that know the expectation. Championship. Not just an SEC championship. We're talking national championship. That's the expectation now for Georgia. So the players know it, and Kirby Smart is making it known. That's what we expect. We're going to have fun. We're going to fly around, and we're going to win national championship. So that's why we're not number one. Long story short, that's why we won't be number one. Because Michigan has to prove it in the playoff. And Georgia is proving they ain't playing around. That's what they proving. So Walter Model says chances or info about landing Bryce Underwood. I mean, we in the runnings. I don't dive deep into recruiting, so I'm not gonna act like I do. So from what I'm hearing, just from the little stuff I've been hearing, that we're in the runnings for him right now. You know, that can always change, but right now we're in the runnings for him. Daniel Anderson says, do you think 2023 is our year to clinch that title? I mean, yeah, this is our best chance as in a long time, because you got a lot of Bama don't know who their quarterback is. Ohio State don't know who their quarterback is. And if you go back and forth with an Ohio State fan, if they just want to yap, ask them who their quarterback is. They're gonna change the subject real quick. They're gonna try to we're gonna beat Michigan this year. Oh, who's your quarterback? Who's your starting quarterback this year? When was the last time y'all won a championship? It's been a long time. Okay, who's your starting quarterback this year? Harbaugh can't win a bowl game. Hey, let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, so Bama doesn't have a quarterback. Bama doesn't know who their quarterback is. OSU doesn't know who their quarterback is. I don't think Georgia knows just yet who is going to be, and they lost a lot. But I'm giving Georgia their respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them the utmost respect right now, because even in their spring game, they were flying around and looking like they about to they ready for the season, and they finna start running over people again. So this is one of our best chance up to this date. This is our best chance because we're loaded. We're bringing a lot back. So that's the biggest thing. You know, other teams, they got their fluctuation or whatever with quarterbacks. We got JJ coming back. You know what I'm saying? Took some lumps. Hopefully he learned, got better. Bringing back a ton of weapons on defense. Offensive line. Got two starting offensive lines, basically. Got Blake. Got Donovan. Got two starting receivers back. You know what I'm saying? Got 3 good tight ends. Team is loaded. So this is the year to get it done. Because, like I said, you're going to lose a lot of these dudes after this year. Roman Cornelius, gone. Rod Moore, probably gone. Makari Page, gone. You know what I'm saying? Junior Colson probably gone. Chris Jenkins gone. You're losing a lot. McGregor gone. Jalen Harrell probably gone. So after this year, we're gonna lose a lot. So we need to get a ring. So if we do have a down year next year, it's like, okay, yeah, we're having a down year, but we just won the ring. So we just retooling really. So we definitely need that ring this year because I don't know what the team gonna look like next year. There's a possibility we could lose a whole lot of dudes to the NFL. Ross Hickson, appreciate the comment. He said, who should be CB number 2, cornerback number 2? To me, McBurrows. I think he's been around long enough. And from what I saw in the spring game, I liked what I saw out of him. Coming up in the run, when they threw screens, looked like he knew his assignment. Looked like he knew what to do. Looked like he was comfortable. To me, it's probably McBurrows. That's who I would say. Just because he's been around so long. I know I think somebody was saying like Miles Pollard. He looked good too, honestly. But I haven't seen that much of him. I've seen McBurrows on the field before multiple years, even though he's been injured somewhat, which held him back. But I kind of, for some reason, I got some faith in him. But we'll have to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Walker, to me, he ain't ready. He ain't ready to play until you could play Walker against these cupcakes, but that can go good or bad. A cornerback, if he ain't ready, he go out there getting lit up. His confidence can go through the floor. As a corner, your confidence has to be through the roof because somebody's always gonna get a catch on you. So that could go good or bad. I would just say let him learn the position. You know what I'm saying? I would let him sit back and learn, get in and blowouts and stuff like that. But starting corner, I would say McBurrows to me. But I would also try Pollard if I'm not sure. You know, I would try these other dudes. But just from what I'm seeing right now, I would say McBurrows. Who's the GOATest of them all? I don't know what you're talking about with that. If you're just saying GOAT, my GOAT, as far as Michigan, is Woodson. NFL, Tom Brady. It's a win-win. It's a win-win for us. It's a win-win. Brad Unity, appreciate the comment you hear about MSU. Yeah, MSU is in shambles. MSU is in shambles, and, it just don't look like they're going to get it together. It just don't look like it because you losing so many players to the transfer portal. Every year you're bringing in a bunch of players to the transfer portal. You're not really building something that's concrete. You know what I'm saying? It's like you getting guys and then they're gone the next year. So you get no consistency. So all I can say is Mel Tucker needs to be... He needs to send Kenneth Walker about $1 million. Kenneth Walker got him that big contract. Strictly off being unbelievable. He single-handedly won them like 3 games. 3 tough games, especially the Michigan one. That dude was doing some serious juking and jiving and spinning. Can I have this dance? Olay. He was working them boys. Woo! Josh Ross, man, he was doing my boy Josh Ross bad. But yeah, they in shambles. So what I got on, let's go on and get on these boys' head a little bit. So, Ohio State, I got to talk about them a little bit. What's killing me right now with these Ohio State fans is now all of a sudden the game don't matter. Now all of a sudden the game don't matter. I never heard nothing like this in my life. Now they don't care about Michigan. Now they don't care about Michigan. They don't care about the game. The biggest rivalry in sports, y'all. The biggest rivalry in sports. Now all of a sudden it don't matter. Now all of a sudden it don't mean nothing. We expect to win national championships. We don't care about losing to Michigan. Now they don't care if they don't lose to us. Since they backed into the playoffs, even though that Friday night before the selection committee, they were praying, oh, Utah, please beat USC. Utah, please beat USC. Y'all got in because USC lost. You backed in. Somebody had the nerve to talk to me like Ohio State just got in because they're just the greatest. No, you were sitting there hoping and wishing and praying that USC lost, and they did. But it's not like, oh, we're going to put Ohio State in regardless. No, y'all were hoping and wishing and praying, and it just fell into y'all lap. But you can't count on that every year because Georgia and Bama, they can lose and still get in. That SEC bias, they can still get in. If Michigan beats you again, Michigan's in. It's one more spot, buddy. Somebody else is probably going to go undefeated and you're out of there. Just like 2021. You wasn't in no playoff. We beat your head in and sent you home. You go play Utah and think you go play Utah in the Rose Bowl and think that it matters. So you backed in last year, but now all of a sudden the game don't matter, y'all. The game don't matter now. These dudes is killing me, y'all. The game now it's some Ohio State fans that still okay. The rivalry's back. See you in November. That's what I want to hear. See you in November. Because we had to deal with it. We wasn't all the game don't matter. I was still on here doing breakdowns, talking about how we can beat them, what we had to do, fire Don Brown. Year after year, we were losing. But now, all of a sudden, the game don't matter to them. The game don't matter. The game don't matter, y'all. The game. The game doesn't matter. Respect the rivalry now. See, y'all wanted Michigan to take it serious. Now that Michigan is taking it serious and kicking your head in, now the game don't matter. We just care about national championships. That's what we expect. Well, if you can't beat Michigan, you ain't winning no national championship. That don't make no sense. That's like us saying, well, we expect to win the national championship, but then Ohio State kicking our doors in. Well, if you can't beat Ohio State, you can't beat Georgia or Alabama. Same goes for you. If you can't beat Michigan, you ain't beating Georgia or Alabama. It's just not likely. So it goes for you too. And I don't want to hear no, if that field goal goes in, we're national champs. It ain't no guarantee that y'all was just gonna beat TCU. These Ohio State fans is be killing me. They think if the field goal goes in and somehow they beat Georgia, that they won the national championship. Like they don't even gotta play the next game. You have to play the game still. It ain't just guaranteed y'all was gonna win. Y'all defense wasn't good like Georgia's. What are you talking about? You had 3 14-point leads against Georgia, and you still blew the game. Give me a break. And y'all got the nerve to be proud of it. We barely lost to Georgia. You choked 3 times. What are you talking about? So y'all, are y'all, am I the only one hearing people say, now the game doesn't matter now? The game. After all those whoopings and they talking trash, can't wait till November. We're going to kick your doors in and all that talking. Now, when we done beat y'all head in 2 times in a row, y'all tucking y'all tail. The game don't matter. Respect the rivalry. Now the rivalry don't matter. Come on. Give me a break. Y'all done lost 2 in a row, and now the rivalry don't matter. Our goal is the national championship. You ain't gonna win the national championship if Michigan is kicking your head in. You're just not. I don't know where y'all not understanding that. So the rivalry is going back to what it was. Whoever wins the game has the upper hand in trying to win a national championship. They think now they conceding that we gonna kick their head in, and they think they gonna win a national championship. Oh, we're Ohio State, so they're still gonna put us in just because. I'm just not getting this Ohio State fan logic. These dudes is going insane. These boys going insane. Now the game don't matter, y'all. I just can't believe I'm hearing this stuff from people. Oh, we don't care about the game. We care about national championship. Well, you ain't gonna win one if you don't beat Michigan. What are you talking about? You just concede. You conceding already that we about to kick your head in. I mean, you could be right, but come on. Show a little fight, buddy. Come on, Brutus. Show a little fight, man. Show a little fight, man. Come on. What's happened to you? This is what's happening to you? So if it ain't that, it's the 2019. I'm not even gonna get into that. Living in 2019 still, but I just can't believe some of these dudes are saying that the game don't mean nothing to them now. After 2 losses, y'all is these dudes is something serious. The game don't matter. They think they can win a national championship and lose to Michigan. Now, when the 12 team, which is it's coming, now that's a possibility. That's a possibility, but you still got another year. It ain't likely you backing in this year. You backing into the playoff just ain't gonna happen. It's just not likely you're gonna be able to keep doing that. So you got lucky last year. 2021 you didn't. So you got lucky 2022. 2023 you lose the game. You're probably going to a meaningless bowl game, buddy, Brutus. So that's just what I got on this one, y'all. This one almost an hour, but I just wanted to answer y'all questions and just I'm honestly I'm a little shocked by some of these Ohio State fans saying the game don't mean nothing now. Like, it doesn't matter. Your goal has always been to beat Michigan. Stop that cap. Stop that cap. Because if you go into Ohio State's locker room, they got Michigan up all the time. They got that clock up. So I don't want to hear that nonsense. Your goal has always been to beat Michigan. Stop lying. Because if you go to the actual stadium and go in the locker room, they all about beating Michigan. So what you talking about? Don't know what to talk about. Now you done lost twice. Now you just, the game doesn't mean nothing. Tell that to them players. Tell that to them old Ohio State players. Those alumni. Tell that to them. Them dudes been unsmacked you talking like that. The game don't mean nothing. Michigan don't mean nothing. Ohio State. Boy, you sound crazy. It don't mean nothing to you because you just don't know how to handle losing. Don't mean nothing to you because you can't talk trash now. But to those players in that clock in the practice facility that's counting down for Michigan, all those videos, and to Ryan Day, yeah, it matters to them. I don't know what you talking about. It don't matter to you because you don't know what's going on. You thought you'd never lose. Things don't stay the same forever. Now you don't know what to do. You bringing up 2019 like we care. It's 2023. I don't care about no 2019. We won the last 20 years. I don't care. It's 2023. We beat you 2 years in a row. What I care about what happened 20 and 10 years ago. I'm past it because we beating your head in. But what you gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it? Y'all don't want to talk about the game. Y'all want to talk about 4 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't care about that stuff. I care about y'all getting y'all head blew off. That's what I care about. Donovan Edwards in the clear. Are they going to catch him? No. He's gone. Oh, he's gone again. See ya. The Don. That's what I care about. I don't care about nothing else. Except y'all getting y'all doors blew off in your own stadium. And getting ready to do it again in our stadium. And it's going to be rocking. Them old Michigan games where it was mostly Ohio State fans. It ain't likely you're going to see that this year. That place is going to be rocking full of Michigan fans. And y'all ain't got players that have beat Michigan. You got probably one or two. So, yeah, that's what I care about. Us kicking that head in. I love it. Y'all don't know what to do. Y'all, all of a sudden, the game don't matter. The biggest rivalry in sports don't matter. Man, get out of here. I'm done with these dudes. I'm done with them. It don't matter now. It don't matter. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Appreciate the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
Right! 2 men!